All right, we'll do it again. Okay. Welcome to Views from the Floor podcast. This is Nico.
Just cuz.
It's Taz.
And we here, man, another week.
Yep.
How's your week been, fellas?
It's been good. Yo.
Yeah, I know. We had Kaka on here, and he didn't want to be on here no more, so we got to do it again.
Yeah, but I mean, it was good. You know, I had a loss in the family, so I had to put my cousin to rest on Wednesday. You know, again,
Condolences,
good,
man.
appreciate it. Good to see family, but never want to see him in those circumstances. But
Absolutely.
rest in peace to my cousin True. He was somebody who always like put himself all the way into his community. He'll give you his last, and he loved like the real pillars of hip hop, giving back to the community. He didn't care about making the money. He just cared about what you can do for the next person. So, and he touched a lot of lives. So, rest in peace.
For sure, man. How about you, sir?
Yeah, so dang, we ain't done this in what?
It's been a couple weeks. I've been out of
Yeah,
town.
that's right. We barely.
I've been out of town, all that stuff.
Laid my,
Come on, man.
my bad. My bad. We laid my cousin to rest a couple Sundays ago.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Devontae, man.
Condolences, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that man, like same thing, man. You know, it's good to see family, but you know, it seems like it's always that situation that where you see family.
Yeah.
And I told my family, you know, man, we gotta get some. I told my cousins, because we're all not around the same age. We're around the same age, but not, you know, in their 20s. But I told them, I was like, you know, matriarchs, patriarchs, you know, leaving, and we don't have that family unity like we used to. You know, you had your cookouts, your fresh fries and stuff like that. I said it's gonna be up to us to carry on that tradition and that legacy, man. Because you know, we all having kids. I want my kids to know their cousins.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
You just want to keep that family dynamic. But other than that, though, man, you know, life's good, family good. Little man's walking now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, little bow-legged, pigeon-toed self.
Hey, man, he gonna be out here. Never mind.
Nah.
Like his uncle. It's gonna be like his Uncle Jay.
Hey, no. We ain't gonna put that on the boy. Can't put that on the boy
Well,
quite
that
yet.
though, man, life's good, dog. Life's good.
Yeah, man. So, let me see. I did see family. I mean, it was a different circumstance, but it was my aunt's 70th birthday. So
That's
we
a milestone.
went up there, had a cookout for her and stuff, and then, of course, now that I'm older, and I get around my uncles and shit. Sometimes they still want to, you know what I mean?
Check you, nigga.
Yeah, but they can't check me, and they don't. It's not like they don't like it. They like the fact that they can't check me. You know what I mean? Like, because all they are is bullies. That's all they are. I told them I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them my narrative for the whole situation. They can't control it. We started talking about ball, and of course the debate came up about Jordan Braun. And these old niggas just had these old ways of thinking, and they felt like I had this new way of thinking.
This new bullshit.
But the only difference was I backed my stuff up with facts. They couldn't. They was like 6-0, 6-0. I don't care about 6-0, bro. Like, I don't care. Somebody,
We're
not like thinking about it.
on this motherfucking podcast.
Nah, we not having this conversation at all. I'm just saying, like, it was just funny. It was just funny, like, talking to him about all types of stuff. We talked about music. One of my uncles feel like Hove is trash and Tupac is way better.
Wow.
Tupac got more mid than any other. We gonna get there.
Nah. We not gonna do this. We not gonna put nobody down on the pod.
I'm not putting them down. I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah, it was stuff like that and ball and shit like that, and yeah, it's just I had one of my uncles so stressed out he lost his voice. And then yeah, man, it was a good time. It was a good time. If I could do that, I'm straight. Because what they don't realize is I can do this all day.
But you know what? you gonna get to that age, you gonna be that old nigga with just the bad takes.
absolutely.
And I can't wait till we are that age. You know how much fun that is? Just to
yeah.
say what the you know you wrong.
Oh yeah.
But you
For
don't
sure.
give a fuck. You gonna say
Don't
what
matter.
you want to because
It don't matter.
you earned it.
You just getting your shit. Yeah, but moving on from that, I did hear somebody have a good take about rings. They was like, as soon as you get 4, it don't matter. Like, you get 4, 5, 6, all that stuff. It don't matter because it's not like everybody just got 4.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like everybody just got 4 rings, just walking around here with 4 rings. Everything is cool. Like, once you hit a threshold of an amount of rings, all that other shit don't matter. It don't. You're gonna be who you are, regardless.
I guess.
And I guess I'm kind of rolling.
I guess. I mean, but just for the sake of this, Bill Russell got how many rings? 11.
Mm-hmm.
Will Chamberlain got 1 or 2, I think. In that argument, people gonna say Will had the 100-point games.
Mm-hmm.
Who was a better player?
I mean, Bill Russell was the better player.
Absolutely. But there's a lot of niggas who gonna make the conversation because he made all that points that don't matter. I think you get to the rings.
If we really keeping it a bean though, was Bill Russell really the better player?
Absolutely, he was. He's a better. This is the thing. He played on such a stacked team that what we don't realize is that nigga could have gave you 40 points a game, but he only gave you 16 and 20 for most of his career.
Nah, that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
And every time they played each other, he'd give his nigga the business.
Nah, for sure.
So it was like, okay.
For sure. Yeah.
This is for the young niggas who don't know nothing about. That's why I brought it up.
That's true. Yeah. But anyway, moving on from that though. Hey man, we had an album come out in the city recently. Mm-hmm. Some Days Are Lucky. I don't know if y'all seen it yet, people out there, and the people on these fucking couches, because you know they don't like support me at all. So
I listened, and I posted the shit.
I put it.
No, shut up. For context, so you trying to degrade us over here. Some of us got lives and we ain't had a chance to listen to it yet.
I got lives too. And
I listen to the shit. I just don't enjoy the slander.
Well, I put an interview out with Spartanburg's own Wordplay Luck. Yes. So I've been dying to tell y'all this for a couple weeks now, but I ain't seen y'all. So
they work the same way.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. I'm sorry. But I wanted to tell y'all in person. I didn't want to call y'all.
I understand.
So James hit me up. Shout out to James, bro, and Drinky Drink. Mm-hmm. Still going crazy.
Your deacon's favorite drink.
Your deacon's favorite. Yo,
put that on the church
please,
bulletin,
please put that on the next bottle, please. If you come out with a new flavor, you gotta have a deacon flavor. It works. It makes so much sense for you. It makes so much sense for Taz.
So bad.
No, it doesn't.
No, it don't.
Because think about this. You know when they go up to do the church announcements?
Right.
At the beginning of the church announcements, sponsored by your deacon's favorite drink.
Like just off in the corner, just
Y'all sponsoring church announcements now?
hey fam, listen. Drinky Drink, James. Hey man, you got something here. We'll give this to you for free, dog.
Please.
Listen, the new communion drink, Drinky Drink, your deacon's favorite drink.
Oh God.
It could be purple and everything. I'm sure he can make it purple.
Bro, they gonna be messed up in that. I ain't want to cuss. They gonna be messed up in that church house.
Woo, shit. Nah,
God.
for sure. Anyway,
God.
shout out to him. He hit me, right? Because we talk back and forth. It be random times we be talking or whatever, but just staying in touch. He was like, yo, we doing a surprise party for Luck Saturday at Speak Life. I was like, cool. Like, I'll show up. Get to the day. I was thinking about not going because just how the week was going and shit like that. I was just going, all right, I'm going to just chill. But I was like, nah, this is my man's. So went out there, met him out there. Go in, and then Days on 85 was there. Shout out Shout out to you too, brother. You did amazing work on this album. He was there and he was like, yo, this is my listening party, whatever, like that, blah, blah, blah. We gonna have Luck come in, do some shit. I'm like, all right, cool. So I was like, yo, I already been talking to him about getting together to do a interview with him when his next project come out. So we had already been talking. I was like, perfect opportunity, right? So I'm sitting there in the corner, you know what I mean? See some people I know in there, dap them up, whatever. We just talking. He's like, yeah, he be here in a minute. He be here in a minute. So just act normal. All right, cool. So he comes in, dap everybody up. He's seeing people, you know what I mean? Whatever. Everything's cool. He go find the corner. So I'm in one corner. He's in the direct opposite corner. So Days get up. He give his spiel, and he's like, yeah, everybody think they here for my album, to listen to my album, but we really about to listen to Luck's album. And Luck was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Just blindsided, like, yo, what? So he brings him up, brings his wife up. He's talking to him and just like letting him know, like, yo, all them verses I've been asking for you, like, these last few months, here you go. Like, you about to listen to your album for the first time.
Sheesh.
Yeah, bro. Like, it was cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was super cool. They got everything done, and we all experienced. I mean, even he didn't know who was featured on it. Like, nothing. It was just like,
Wow.
Boom, sat him down, put the artwork up. The artwork is dope. Fucking looked at the track list, see who's all on it. It was like, yo.
And it sounded good.
And it's an amazing body of work. I mean, all he had to do was just be himself. Be himself, let the team do what they need to do.
That's when you know you got the right people that surround you, and they can do something like that. Because I'm gonna tell you, hey, we all know it was certain niggas that wouldn't have worked out. They'd have been like, "Nigga, you made a whole album without me knowing."
Oh yeah, for sure.
Certain niggas, it would have been a problem.
For sure.
But I'm just saying, because you know, you never know
a
how
control.
somebody else's vision
yeah.
and your vision will match
Yeah.
up. But I'm glad to see that worked
It happened.
in fruition. You know,
Yeah.
came to
It happened so organically, and all the people that worked on it is the team. You know what I mean? Like it's just peoples and shit. So, I mean, even the people that had the features on there, they never heard the songs. You know, all that stuff. So everybody really experienced the album for the first time, and it was beautiful. And my man, you know, Luck is an emotional guy,
Yep.
and I mean, as soon as first sound on the record, his baby boy is on there, and it's just like, oh shit. And then, you know, of course, but nah, it's a good album. I think it's an album that truly shows who he is as a person and as an artist, and it's a dope body of work, man. And it's just cool, like, coming off of Play album, and that was a dope body of work, and then you get Luck's album, which is a dope body of work, just hip hop wise.
Yeah.
Cause you know we got R&B guys that do stuff all the time, but just hip hop wise, coming from that to this, and then just seeing the progression of albums coming out from Spartanburg alone is just cool.
And they sound so fucking polished. Like,
Yeah.
it don't sound like, you know, you hear an underground artist and you be like, oh, that sounds like it. This don't sound like it. None of these albums, you can put them head to head with these people coming out on these bigger labels, and they'll give them that business. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are phenomenal albums. Like, and I think we're in a time right now where it's only going to continue to keep happening.
I hope so, man. I hope so, because, you know, I do a lot of stuff in Greenville, and that music scene is so different because there's so many rappers that are active at the same time, and they all got their own lanes and their own sounds, and they figuring shit out on their own, and you got this clique over here, but they cool, and, you know, of course there's some people that's just not cool, but overall it's everybody trying to get it.
And they don't mind helping each other to get there.
And they don't mind helping each other, and it's competitive. You know, it got all the right stuff to be a hub for hip hop.
Yeah.
Here, not so much. And I feel like in Spartanburg sometimes it's certain types of hip hop music that people want to champion because that's the homies,
Yeah.
and they not telling them, yo, this can be better.
Right.
And it's just cool to see. It's just cool to see the homies having like actually building teams around them. Now the next step is they got a team that can make good music. Now actually presenting that music out to the world and performing that music in front of people, and you know that's the next step. That's the next progression.
Yeah.
Now package that to an actual demographic that you want to package it to, and then go out there and touch the people. That's the only thing that's lacking. So it was cool to see, man. It was cool to see that. Yeah, man. Just it's impressive. It truly is impressive what I'm witnessing. Cause like when we was in it years ago, it was not like this at all.
It was definitely every man for themselves.
For sure. And there wasn't any venues whatsoever to really go to and tap into. But now, world's your oyster, man.
Cause she don't even need venues now. You can literally come in your living room, stream that shit, you perform it live, put a few motherfuckers in there, and that can put you up bigger than if you went to a actual place now.
Yeah.
For sure. Like it's so many different ways to be creative musically that people are tapping into now, and it's just cool to see all of that stuff. So yeah, man. Taz said he still ain't heard the Kendrick album, which is nuts, because
I have not.
if this was Taz even a few years ago,
I'd have been listening to it.
he would have had it before anybody.
That's true. That is true.
Anybody. As soon as the album was announced, Taz would have had it. Taz would have had it. Taz would have been like, okay, so they got the track list up on Apple. Yeah, it's out there. And he would have found it. He would have gave it to everybody, and it'd have been all right. And we still would have purchased the album and all that.
Exactly.
When it came out, I woke up. I was like, oh, that album came out. I pressed play on that bitch and got ready for work. And that was my soundtrack all the way to getting to work. And I was like, this shit is fucking dope as hell.
I stayed up for it.
I texted y'all when it came.
Yeah.
I said, oh, is this many tracks? Oh, double album.
Yeah.
And I went to sleep after that.
Yeah, I
me
stayed up
too.
for it. I listened to like almost half of it before I just couldn't stay up no more.
Gotcha.
That's how I know I'm getting old, nigga.
I have plenty of time this week to listen to it.
Yeah,
Both albums. Actually.
nah, it's a dope album. It's a really dope album. I don't think this is his best album.
I think it's his most personal one.
Oh, for sure.
And I
Absolutely.
don't know.
That's
I mean,
what I've heard that too.
I also think like talent wise, this is his like showcase of that more than anything.
Yeah.
But also I think this is his album where he don't give a fuck if it's his best. This is just his cleansing. You know what I'm saying? This is his therapy session.
This is truly a therapy session for sure. Damn, his ability to write records that to be impactful and also tell you to kiss my dick at the same time.
I strive for that.
Yeah, he is top tier at that for sure. For sure. Because he like just on what's it, Auntie's Diary or whatever, where he's talking about, you know, his aunt is a man now and all that stuff like that. Just going through that, and then with his cousin is now a woman, and you know all this stuff like that, and like just explaining the psyche of just a person going from not understanding to fully understanding and
Championing it.
and coming to terms with it and championing it and being an ally is dope. And of course, people are gonna hear it and be like, "I can't believe you said the F word," but it's like listen to it and listen to what.
It's in context.
Yeah, like it's all in context. Like it's all in context, and he brings it back to himself. So that was cool. I think I like the Mr. Morale style a little bit better because it's more personal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but as a whole, only thing I'm disappointed about is nobody on TDE is on it.
Yeah, I saw that on Travel.
That nigga Kodak. He
Oh
he
yeah,
just-
that yeah,
he did
yeah.
some shit on here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I mean, but I'm not the biggest Kodak fan, but I understand.
Yeah.
I understand if anybody was to tell me like, oh, Kodak is this or that, or like just how great he was, I wouldn't dispute it at all. Like I get it, I understand.
He's a spurts. He's great in spurts.
Yeah, I understand for sure. Yeah, man, the album is dope. All the way through and through. Even though we was in the studio the other day and I was kind of contemplating some stuff and thinking, man, I don't know if this, I don't know if it's really that good. But I'm lying. I'm lying. I was trying to. It was one of them nitpicking moments. You just try to think too deep about something. Nah. This is a good body of work, man. But on that note, we're gonna take a break.
Man,
Little man's on it. The wife's on it.
shout out my wife, man.
Yeah, man. How's
that's
it?
my queen.
How's it adjusting to fatherhood, being the husband, all that stuff, while trying to make the music?
I give love cause we need love. Ladies say they want the money but they need hugs. She saw her daddy beat her mama, she don't see love. And she attracted to the thugs with the mean mugs.
Anyway, we back. So, man, we got to talk about something a little bit more serious. So when I heard the news, it immediately made my stomach turn. For those who've been living under a fucking rock, down in Texas, there was a mass school shooting, where how many kids is it now? 21 kids, 3 teachers,
19.
or 19 kids, 3 teachers.
2 or 3 teachers. It came out at 21.
Yeah. Just killed for no reason. No reason at all by an 18-year-old kid. Apparently he shot his grandmother walking into the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. As soon as I heard the news, and it was 3rd, 4th, and 5th. No, it was 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders. And barricaded himself in the room and just was killing them. Don't understand it, man. Don't understand how you can go to an elementary school or any school and shoot it up. For what? For what? There's no reason. Them babies didn't do nothing to nobody. It truly make me sick to my stomach, fam.
I mean, it's one of those things, like when you hear it, it's heartbreaking. Like for me, when I first heard it, it was like the day before my cousin's funeral, so I was like, I'm not consuming any of this.
Yeah.
So later on, when I had the time, got back home, I looked at it. And the thing that like broke my fucking heart, I ain't gonna lie, I was crying because I was like, especially to hear those parents go in that hospital, all you hear outside is like the news cameras. You just hear them screaming. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, they just found out their child is dead. Like, how can you, as a person, how can you reconcile that with like just everyday life? Like, what can push a person to that? And what can make that person shoot his own grandmother, then go and kill these children, and not understanding the effects that it's going to have on their families? Like that guy, his wife died, and then he died of a heart attack.
Yeah, a heart attack 2 days later.
And it's like, you've affected that whole family. They have 4 children. Because you're senseless. Because I don't give a fuck if you, whatever you go through in your life, people go through things. It's like, you have to find a better way to deal with that. Not going to diminish whatever he went through. However, that doesn't add up to you taking the lives of 21 people.
Exactly.
It gets to a point where we just got to be like, enough is enough, because not even bringing in the quote unquote gun laws, but it's like, why do we even need assault weapons? What do you need them for? You need them to hunt? No, you don't. What do you need an assault weapon when you want to go assault some shit?
Yeah.
It's not. There's not a need for them, and there should not be a need to allow to get them so easily, especially in the state of Texas, right? Not to say that was the issue, but it's just like the ability to even get one. It's like, if that didn't happen with a regular pistol, this doesn't happen. This doesn't happen in this quick succession. All of these people. It's like, you got to get to a point now where you have to change things to make it better, because this is ridiculous. Parents should not have to bury their children on some senseless bullshit.
Right. Absolutely, man. And then to hear that the cops was just waiting outside for an hour while the guy was in there.
Put some cherry on top of that. Someone went into school, got their kids out.
Yep. And the cops was just cops sitting there for out of the hour. Then there was a lady. She got there. She was turning up on him. They put her in handcuffs.
She was getting ready to run in
to calm her down. And then she was like, "I'm calm. I'm cool. Whatever." Took the handcuffs off her. She ran into school, got her 2 kids, and got them out of there. And it's like, what are you doing? This woman literally,
Nigga, you got guns.
She didn't have nothing. She had nothing and was fighting tooth and nail to go save her children. But the cops didn't go in there because they said it was a barricaded situation, and they was trying to handle it delicately and all that stuff like that.
This is my thing, right? What's your first instinct when you hear that? Well, what's your first instinct for you to do? What is to sit there or to act?
To act.
Like, I'm not trying to shit on the police or whatever, but like, when I'm hearing this shit, it's not no coulda, woulda, shoulda type thing. This is absolutely like who you are as a person.
Yeah.
You hear some shit like that, I'm like, yo, if I had this shit in the car, nigga, he might have to kill me today, because you as a human. These are children. I've lived a life, baby. These are children. It's like, fuck whatever rules they try to set for you. Your job should be to try to save them first.
Save them. And that's what really makes me sick to my stomach about it. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get how your job is to protect and serve, and this is it. This is what you signed up for. And to sit out there for a whole hour, and to fight more with the parents that are trying to get in to save loved ones than actually going after this guy who is killing these babies. It says a lot, man. It says a lot. And this is a case-by-case basis. This is a case-by-case basis. We only talking about the cops there at that location.
And so all the people who want to say like, but you weren't there, all of this, have the same energy when they end up defunding them. Not saying they will, but there's a good chance that that police department can end up getting defunded, because that type of shit is negligence. Yeah. Because once the Department of Justice gets involved, like they are now, and all of this information is coming out and they look real fraudulent.
Oh yeah.
Who you think is gonna be left holding the bag? Not the Justice Department, because they ain't do nothing wrong. They did. That whole county is gonna have to pay for that bullshit. Yeah, and man. Their faith in them is dead.
Yeah, it's gone. There's no credibility whatsoever.
They're gonna have to retrain motherfuckers and everything. Like, this is unacceptable.
Absolutely, man. It just, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Sheesh. Thoughts and prayers go out to all the family and the people that are affected by this.
Absolutely.
This is nuts. There's no real words for it. It's just nuts. And something's got to change. Something's got to change where you're willing to force you willing to force a person to have a kid, but once that kid is here, you don't want to do what you need to protect that kid.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Because to your point, it's now like all of these quote unquote pro life, right? It's like that shit don't even. I don't give a fuck if you a Democrat or a Republican. I don't care whatever your views is with this. This shows right here that y'all not paying attention to the shit that's important. All of that other shit, no, who cares? You're not the one who's having the kid, right? But once you force people to do this, and then you can't even protect them. Like the next day, I seen a post where it was like, "And we're supposed to send our kids to school."
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. For what? For what?
because this is the thing. Then don't be surprised if you have one of these events that try to pop off and one of these kids is strapped, and then you want to go against.
We had one a couple months ago in
Yeah.
Greenville County.
No, what I'm saying is, you like in high school or whatever, right?
Okay.
You go into a high school, they want to shoot some shit up, and then them kids are strapped, them teachers strapped, and all these things, and then that can cause a whole nother issue.
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
That's why it's their job to make sure that they're doing their job, so that doesn't happen. Because you don't want that shit to happen. That's pure anarchy. It'll be crazy.
Yeah. No, like that would be catastrophic. But I mean, like we've had things change with 9/11. They changed how you go about airport security and stuff like that. You know, we've had all these school shootings. Nothing has changed at all. I mean, let's talk about, you know, let's look at the SROs of schools. Usually a school, elementary school may have 2 SROs. 2. I mean, you have, so your cop to kid ratio. I mean, I'm not saying that we need to have, I personally believe that schools need to have some type of security task force.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's be real here. You have prisoners who are hardened criminals in prisons are guarded by what? Armed guards, right?
Yeah.
Banks.
Yeah.
But think about the banks though. They usually got one, and that's the easiest shit to take out though.
That's true. But they there for the money. They ain't there for the people.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
If I ask that cop, like, who are you here to protect? I'm here to protect that safe over there. I mean, that's what he's there for.
Yeah, man.
So, but I mean, it's just like a lot of stuff. It ain't a political thing. It's a protect human life thing, and it needs to be addressed. It needs to be assessed. Something's got to come from this. And I'm just saying, I'm gonna just say this: if them people, they can't get it right, the ones we put in place to get it right, like you say, we the people got to do something about that.
And this is something also I want people to realize, right? I'm not trying to take anything off of your highest level of elected officials, but what y'all really got to understand is where this lies is in your state level.
That's it.
And at in Congress, your House of Representatives and the Senate. These are the people who hold the power to change these laws.
Yep.
Your president, your vice president, your attorney general, all these other people, they don't have the power to do
They're
that.
subservient to that part.
They can't do nothing unless those other people make those decisions. And they have to live and die whatever decisions those people make.
Yeah.
So it's very important that y'all putting these people in place and stop thinking along party lines. This is beyond that now.
Oh,
That shit is dead.
That's dead.
We at a point we got to think about what's right and what's wrong. Everything else is bullshit. Like, again, ask yourselves, do you want to live in a world where it's hard to like put your kids in school? Gas prices are over $6. The goddamn everything is fucking going to shit. Yeah. How we treat each other. Yep. Like, it's time for us to make a change, because if we don't, who are the ones who really have to deal with this? It's going to be us a little bit, but our kids are going to be the ones who have to deal with this bullshit that we putting out here.
Yep.
It's sad, dog. I mean, like I said, man, it's cold. It's cold out there. It's cold. Like, people don't care about nobody no more at all. I mean, going through what my family just went through. I mean, what they going through. Many people going through. I mean, you turn on TV, drive by. 3 kids down in Newberry County.
Mm-hmm.
Got killed. The teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you turn on TV, it's just murder, kill.
It's terrible, man. Something's got to give, bro. Something's got to give.
Like, people just gotta genuinely start caring about people now.
Yep,
man.
for
Let's
sure.
be honest.
You got a black as fuck for
Yes,
us?
sir,
today?
I do.
Let's hear it, big dog.
I pull that shit up for you know. All right, so this segment of Black as Fuck is when is enough enough. So times like this tend to shake us to our core and remind us of what's important. It's time to recalibrate and put our priorities in things that are important. It no longer matters what your party is, where you're from, how much money you make. Enough is enough. What separates us is minuscule to what connects us. As a country, we just have to do better. We can't keep making excuses, man. Like, we're at a time now where if you don't do something now, then when? Because stop just putting it to like, oh, our elected officials are the only ones who control this. No, you control this as well. What you're putting into your children, what you're putting into the community. When you see a kid out there doing some crazy shit, don't be afraid to like say something. Don't be afraid to step out on faith and be like, okay, we got to correct this, because obviously somebody around them isn't correcting it. We can't keep being afraid of our own people. That's just not even just black or white, just humans in general. We can't be afraid no more. If we want things to change, we have to be the ones to change them. Okay. Our lives are more important than any affinity to senselessly own things like assault weapons. Because to be perfectly honest, like I said earlier, who needs a goddamn assault weapon? We care more about the thought of being in control of our own destinies and having our pride and putting our pride out there to be more important than the well-being of others. And it's to the point now where fuck your pride. Fuck whatever preconceived notion you thought that made you think that owning a weapon is more important than the lives. Just to be able to say that you can doesn't mean that it trumps their ability to live their lives. Who knows who those kids could have been? You put it all into perspective. It makes you realize that we put things that are not of importance above things that are very, very important. Mm-hmm. Being able to have a conversation with somebody that looks nothing like you or thinks nothing like you and come out of that a better person is more important than going to a fucking bar to drink and have fun. It's more important to going to a fucking concert, to watching a game, and all this other shit that we put above. Not to say that those things aren't things that you can still do and enjoy yourself, but we care more about showing up these other people, fuck them because they from here, and all that other dumb shit, to actually caring about each other, to actually wanting the best for you just because you're a fucking human. You're an American like I'm an American. Fuck, even if you're not an American, if you from fucking Timbuktu, I care about you because you're a human.
Yep.
All this other shit, we just gotta say, fuck it. Enough is enough. Who cares? The shit is not important. I don't give a fuck if you think you tough. I don't care about none of that shit no more. I don't give a fuck about the streets. That shit is dead. Worry about the things that matter. Worry about your neighbors. Worry about your neighborhoods. Worry about your state. Everything that really is important, put that into focus, because we are no longer have time to just keep fucking off.
I agree 110%, bro. You got a words of wisdom for us today?
I do.
Talk to us, Mr. Taz.
Simply put, man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, man. Hug your loved ones. If you got nothing, you can you can chastise bad behavior. You get offended, you get offended. My thing is, we just gotta take care of each other, man. Like, simply put, love yours, like, and love others, man. Like, there's a lot going on, man. It's been an emotional couple months,
Yeah.
and just to see the condition that the world is in, man. It's just people genuinely have to care about people, but I think it all starts in here first. It's like if you don't care about yourself, you ain't gonna care about nobody else. Work on self-love first, because you can't give something that you don't know. Just simply put, man, love, man. Like you said, put petty differences aside. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. I don't care what your personal convictions are. Look, just take care of each other, man, because there's a cold world out there, man. It's getting darker and darker every day. At least be a light. Be a light of some sort, man. But you see something out of whack, correct. Try to check that. Try to check people, man. Like, if I do something wrong, I expect people around me to hold me accountable for my actions, and see to it that I get back on the straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? But simply put, man, just take care of each other. Take care of your loved ones. Be an olive branch for those that need help. Just love people, man.
For sure, man. And with that said, always remember, no matter the view, it's always with respect. And that's another episode of Views from the Floor podcast.